This is Feline Forensic and the Meowseum Mystery. It is a 2.5D and black and white kind of noir style detective game. And we're gonna have so much fun playing it today. So without further ado, let's just go in. Another long day. Street lamps are already on, and I haven't been in my office yet. I should check my computer. I'm sure I have at least a few emails waiting by now. Although, if it's the commissioner volunteering me for more debris, I have to put my paw down. Ooh. Spinning. Can I like interact with any of these? It seems like it. Alright. Let's see if this old little boss is still working. I just need to log in and it won't take my password. Something's here has my whisker twitching. This might turn into a regular investigation. I'll start tracking all my leads on this bulletin board in case I need to reference them again. Okay. Yeah, known password. For some reason, my computer isn't accepting my password. Did I just forgot what it was? If I change it, I certainly would have written it down as I'm logged and put it in my desk. Okay. Gonna check the desk. Is the desk? That desk? What should I look at? Oh, the desk. It's possible I just wrote the password down and threw it in my desk drawers. Okay, not in the top drawer. Surely it will be in the bottom drawer. Aha! This might be it. Wait, no, this is just a standard department business card. Following procedure requires I enter it into evidence, but unfortunately, this might be more serious than it seems. Oh. Feline Forensic Inc., private detective agency, estimated 1994 in 9 South Vita Street, Philadelphia, PA 19102. Okay. The phone, I guess? I could call the department secretary for help. If they haven't already gone home for the day. So am I calling them? I'll check the computer again then. Nothing changed. My computer is still locked. I probably shouldn't try the password again until I'm sure I know what it is. So do I need to go? Do I need to get out? No, it seems not. How do I like? It's like the desk, but what I found in my desk was an old business card, but I'm not sure how helpful that's gonna be. I guess I could give it a second glance. Oh, okay. I can flip it like that. Emergency only, exit 1029. Oh, of course. I know there was something else here. Why didn't I think to flip over the business card sooner? The extension written here belongs to the department manager. Luckily, I would classify this as an emergency. I should give them a call immediately and let them know what's going on. I should use the phone right now, huh? Now that I have the department manager's extension, I can't give them a call about my computer. Good evening, detective. I hope it is important because I am in the middle of a dinner with my families. Apologies, but we might have a security issue. My computer's password has inexplicably changed. I hate to break this news to you, detective, but the inexplicable is in fact quite explicable. If I do recall, this is the second time this week you have interrupted my wife's delicious home-cooked meal. I'm sorry. From what I could gather, you were on another milk-filled brand bender. Through slurred speech, you told me you changed your own password. And this is the part when I'm embarrassed you tell me the password, correct? I would consider, but you also informed me that you hid it somewhere. Somewhere that only a detective of your caliber would be able to find. So get on with it and ensure that not a single report on this matter is out of place tomorrow. And let me reiterate, while you're in your right mind, do not call me again unless it is a real emergency. Click. I think if I had just forgot my password, this wouldn't be as humiliating. Either way, not my proudest moment, but I can make up for that even if I am technically this crime's primary suspect. Retracting my step following the proper timeline and correcting any inconsistency in the case, though it will be paramount. Press Y. The detective, without the current password, he can't unlock the computer in his office or check his email. Detective left his office late last night, and at some point after the department network was hacked, next day the detective attempted to log into his office computer but found that the password had been unchanged. So do I just go out now? No, I don't get out now. I should double check my note and make sure everything is up to date with the information. Oh. I see. That makes sense. The department manager did confirm that nothing was hacked. Embarrassingly, there's a bit too much indulgence on my part. That being said, I've only got a rough outline from here, and they won't settle for anything less than perfection. It's time to fully investigate the rest of my office and use my journal to fill in every blank necessary. You learned almost everything you need to fill the detective shoes, so let's just put these sleuthing skills to the test. You know you can rotate the camera around too, or if you need to get around quicker, just use the zoom button. Ooh, okay. It's my old map of historic Philadelphia, but I don't remember all this thumbstack in it. Each holding a thin thread of paper to various addresses in the city, but no one seems more important than another. I think it might be impossible to know where to go with this lead until I have more clues. Can I check this one as well? No? I can check the drawer now. Is there something over here to investigate? Yeah, the bookshelf. This shelf is absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and the occasional novelization. If I hit some sort of clues in one of these books, it would take me far longer to find it than it's worth. I wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't have anything to go on yet. Check the filing cabinet as well. These are usually just for keeping contracts, the reference documents, and various policy work paperwork. I can't imagine I would have slid a note with the password on it into this map drawer. Even under the strong influence of diary, I wouldn't have done something to wreck this. The trash can. Until I have a compelling reason, there's no reason for me to revisit this catastrophic of miscategorized bureaucracy. Okay, I guess we're not checking that then. Let's see what we can find over here. The cat tower. One might ask themselves, why would any self-respecting feline investigator keep one of these demanding furniture places in their professional office? It was a gift from an old co-worker who thought they were being exceptionally humorous. Also, it kept me with my claws properly managed, and sometimes it helped me think. The filing cabinet. I've filled up this cabinet to keep track of my all previous case. Of course, it's not gonna lock. Those records are pretty confidential. Wait, I don't lock this. Not since I misplacing the key. I'm certain this is significant. I might have put my password in here, or at the very least, another clue. It's possible I hid my password within the potting soil of this plant. However, until I have a compelling reason to believe that I am not willing to make a mess of the hardwood floor. Can I actually go out now? Not. I have an X as well. Okay. Example, correct section look like this, no need to do anything else. Closed section look like this, you have 2 or few incorrect. Wrong section look like this, more than 2 are incorrect. Unbeknownst to the thing, something changes the... Oh. And just the password to his computer and hit it. Unbeknownst to the detective? No, unbeknownst to the commissioner or the manager? I think it should be managers. And hid it inside a somewhere. A desk? Ah, shit. Oh man, I changed the passwords to his unbeknownst to the hacked. Maybe it's hacked. Okay, maybe it's not. Wow, I missed that a lot. According to I've got a mystery to solve. I look over the bookshelf in my office, but it doesn't seem to be likely that I locked my. Is that anywhere? Likely I locked my password in the filing cabinet, but where did he hide the key? Okay, and hid it inside a... But this should be a cabinet? I don't have a cabinet here though. Unbeknownst to the something, the detective changed... Isn't that right? Changed the password to his computer, right? Unbeknownst to the secretary, maybe? No, why would it be secretary though? I mean, it is the detective changed the password to his computer and... Hid it inside a desk? I forgot? No, it's not forgot. I think this one he hit the key to the desk inside a. No. Do I need to like find more things first? It seems like I don't have enough clues. Can I talk to this again? No, it seems like I don't need to do that. Hmm. Yeah. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the past. Oh, it should be, yeah, I think it should be like unbeknownst to the detective. Yeah. The detective changed the password to his computer and forgot it inside a desk. No, not desk. A office. No, it's not a office. Yeah, it's gotta be the last two one. I just check it like this, right? Yeah. And planet? Would it be planet? It seems kind of weird to be planet, no? Well, it's gotta be heated instead of planet. It should be heated. It's not heated as well. I'm kind of just brute forcing it and I feel like it's not great. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and I put it somewhere and forgot it inside a desk. No. Really, it's a plant? No, it's not plant. Not heated. Uh, can I? Can I just like brute force it like this? Seems pretty weird though. Wait, so it's none of those things? It's gotta be the detective, yeah. It's gotta be the password as well. Yeah, it's just the last two one. I didn't forget it. And not plan it. Not hit it. Not forgot it. Not hack it. I think I gotta like miss a word. It's like how am I not plan it? No. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a word or some shit. Empty milk carton, comically clean fishbone, use jumbo. None of these looks very helpful. Wait a minute. There's a crumble receipt, and it looks like I redacted the most of it. And nothing about it. And nothing about the actual purchase remains. And only the store address is left visible. Where could this leave me? Okay, there is like another things, man. Oh my god. How I dug through my office plant pot. The lack of this place. I mean, I probably didn't hide any clues in there. I look over the bookshelf. But it seems like I haven't narrow my search. A visible receipt is an address 12 North 2nd Street. That's something I can cross-reference this. I can probably... Here's my old map. Up. Second Street. I don't recall what's around here, but the slip of paper does have a phone number written on it. Looks like it is time to make another call. Yeah, I guess I'm calling people then. I also have this one. But can I not open this one? Oh, I can't inspect it. Okay. Let's give the number I found on a map a call. Hopefully they're still open and they can make a sense of this receipt. Good evening. Bookgate on 2nd. What can I do you for ya? Of course, local bookstore. How could I forget? Sure, do you need help with something? Hello. Yes, sorry, I do. Actually, this might be an odd question, but I have a receipt, and I'm not sure what it was that I purchased. I've been expecting your call, detective. Of course you would. Care to explain why? You stumbled in. This quando after an argument with this devious plan. I didn't ask a question, but you want me this call was likely. Oh dear. Now, about that book. Please tell me it's not something terribly inappropriate. Not quite. No, the book's title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Sure you don't need anything else, detective? No, really, it's okay. Thank you. As if I wasn't embarrassed enough as it is. So we are definitely checking the bookshelf. This shelf is absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and occasional, novelization. The clerk said the book in question has something to do with cat burglary, so where is it? Dignity and Domestication by the great Dean Austen. Less Moserable. How the fuck do you pronounce it? By Firmin Hugo. Of the Wild by Jack London. Okay, more novels than I thought, but hey, these are the classics. Oh, you're the one I'm looking for. The question now is, why would I purchase this book specifically? I can check the book right now. On the historical development of cat burglary, a study on impact declaring as an earth cultural normality and the societal repercussion therefore and henceforth. Don't open. Hey, great job, detective. Oh, of course, I knew there was something else here. I bought a horror trick book. No wonder the bookstore clerk was holding back a laugh. With my Kaplan key hidden inside, no less. I think we're nearly at the end of this case. Good thing the train was still running for a little longer. Okay, open the cabinet right now. I've got a key now, so let's get this lock cabinet open up and see what we find. There's a note right on top. A great change of pace, or maybe I was just getting lazy. There doesn't seem to be any cipher or code either. It just looks like a normal password. I should try it and then make sure all my notes are in order. I wouldn't want to attract any more irate from the department manager that I already have. Okay. I've got the password, supposedly. Now for the moment of truth. Is it possible that this has been a red herring all along? How it work? I've logged in and I have exactly 0 emails that require my attention. It's a relief, of course, but the department manager will have my fur if I don't get the rest of this case note in order before I go home. So I think I can do this now. Yeah, I finally have like all the word and hid it inside a book. Okay, maybe it's a cabinet. Not desk. And what's the password? Lock it inside a book? Lock it. But I hit something to the thing inside a thing that has isn't that the detective purchase? Yeah, this one is a book and one should be purchased. It should be detective. Hit the key to the things inside to the password. No. I don't have the Kaplan. The reason for this entire mystery lockup tied in the long filing cap, but luckily I haven't forgot about it twice. Oh, that's how I get the fucking Kaplan word. Okay. Yeah, now we can definitely finish it now. But the key, the Kaplan inside a book, and this also should be, and hit it in, lock it inside a Kaplan. Aha! I knew I was onto something. What a fantastic treat! A night out at the milk bar might cost me more trouble than it's worth. Ooh, was the phone ringing? Could it be the manager already? Yeah. Let's see. What should I take a look at? The phone. Hello, Feline Forensic Private Detective. I'm glad to hear you're bearing the midnight oil. Commissioner. To what do I own the pressure? Okay, it's a commissioner, so I need to like an old man voice, right? Business, not pressure. There's been an incident. Private property. They asked for you. I'm sending a cruiser. The officers will file you in on the way. The case seems pretty involved, but it's still within my jurisdiction. You will go by the book, detective. I'm sure you're aware that if you don't, your license will be on the line. Again. What a ray of sunshine the commissioners is these days. It's gonna be an even later night than I thought. Well, we gotta go head to the museum now. Finally, to the Meowseum mystery. We kinda did spend a bunch of time solving the first thing. Evening, officer. What we're looking at this time? Oh, detective, no need to be so formal. We are heading to a pretty fancy museum, so maybe I spoke too soon. The one on the east side of town. What happened? Sounds like an attempt heist gone sideways. Nobody was able to flee the scene, but an important exhibit has gone missing. Not sure if it was one of the thieves, another visitor, or a staff member, but he said somebody must have been shot in the process. Oh dear. Lots of things have been kept under control soon. And it makes it seems like the scenario was contained, but you have to make that call yourself. I don't know much more than that, but we'll be there soon. Okay, it's a museum theft. And seems like someone had been shot as well. And here we are. I told you it wouldn't take long. Always a pleasure. Wish me luck. I have a feeling this is gonna be a long night. Good luck, detective. I'm sure everything will be just fine. And I know you like to work alone, but if you need some help from the department, just give us a call on the payphone over there. We'll see if that's necessary for now. It's time to get to work. I guess I could give the police department a call. There's probably someone on the last shift about now. I can't forget to spend this charge though. Payphone I'm getting any cheaper this day. Detective, hope this case is coming along smoothly. What can I do for you? Actually, on second thought, I don't have anything at the moment. I'm not really sure why I called. Sorry about that. It's pretty quiet over here at the precinct, so don't worry about it. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. Well, back to it, I guess. The plague read Honk, the Hero Angel by an unknown artist. A wonderful and timeless depiction of Mother Goose agents of peace. That said, the biblically accurate sculpture are more compelling. Oh yeah, I can run as well, I forgot. It's the sign for the museum with its namesake, Frankberg, and the official logo, illuminated by a few small spotlight. No one would have suspected a heist turned murder. Well, I guess it could be a murder turned heist. There are the kinds of questions I need to answer with my expert feline sleuthing skill. I guess nothing I need to look at. Just get straight in. Just go straight in. Ah, detective. Thank goodness you finally arrived. I'm the curator of this museum, and the one that called the police. Thank you for coming on such short notice. For crime, there's no such thing as short notice, and a detective must always be prepared for a stop to it. Yes, well, please work with the utmost efficiency. A catastrophic of these scenes of this scale could be a disaster. If word got out that our most precious gemstone was stolen, who knows what could happen? Not only could the museum reputation be forever married, we could be the target of even more horrid criminals. You're understandably concerned, but I assure you I'll sort this out. This is far from my first case. Although it's my debrief was accurate, there was also an unfortunate murder in the process. Is that alright? Ah yes, that punk. I just hate to even think about it. I suppose you should take care of that as well. But in my opinion, the sooner we get the innocent people home, the better. A rush investigation leads to sloppy work, so I can't promise this will go quickly or easy. Regardless, I trust you do your best. And if you could keep me posted on your progress, it would be greatly appreciated. Of course, I have several things to discuss if we could. Some today events then. Go on then. Yes. What was you doing? During operational hours, I don't do much except great visitor, and today was no exception. One day when we're particularly busy, I might mingle and let the guard down stand station, but that wasn't the case today. Up until the argument began upstairs, nothing seems out of place. The guard and I were here, having an idle chat. Unfortunately, that it couldn't stay that way. Could I ask a few more questions then? I would expect nothing less. Did I not also, yeah. Take your time. Oh, that just changed the other thing, okay. Certainly. Actually, the guard and I had an argument beginning upstairs, but it wasn't an immediate concern to me. I didn't want him to make a scene, but it continued to hit up on its own. Then we heard a gunshot a moment later. Even with the company sound of broken glass, my instinct was to make sure the guy was safe. I thought she was in the sculpture gallery, but the guard found her inadequate. Stunned, he called for me and I ran over there. And it was true, she was frozen solid, started by the cacophonous noise. The guard was concerned, of course, but took off toward the blocking alarm. Despite the chaos of it all, I maintained my focus on her. Eventually, I got through, and do you know the first thing that she said to me, detective? Call the police, immediately looking out for the museum. So selfless to a fault. I went back to the foyer to do just that, but the tourist and the artist was there begging that I release the lockdown. I didn't know who was responsible for these mags, so I brushed them off without much opposition and made the call. I see. Oh fuck! I did not see that word. I think it should be unimportant that what the detective said that in that time, right? I would expect nothing less. That's great, detective. As I said before, I'm a purveyor on this prestigious museum. As that is a much more to disclose. Do you have any association outside your work here, family perhaps? This is vital to solving a case, detective. Otherwise, I request that you inquire no further. It certainly could be, depending on how it continue to unfold. Fine, I do have a family and I'm currently separated from them over personal matters. And I can assure you that they have nothing to do with the stolen gemstone or the murder unless you like to interrogate them unnecessarily as well. As always, I appreciate the cooperation. Let's move on. I would expect nothing less. I manage the museum staff, exhibition, publicity, funding, and well, just about everything. Wouldn't it be easier to delegate some of that work? Well, you see, we simply don't have the extra revenue to accommodate that. While incredibly valuable to the human condition, a museum of this caliber is hardly ever profitable. Oh, my apology if this is a sore subject. I simply don't enjoy the idea that one would look at what we do here and assume it's all that easy. It requires hard work and sacrifice, detective. It's not a sore project. It's a harsh reality. Of course, again, my sincere apologies. Let's get to another question. Alright, let me provide a brief overview of the layout so you know what you are dealing with. Currently, we're standing in the museum foyers, which has the only exterior doorway. The east wing we have the sculpture gallery featuring the contemporary work. On the west side is where we display work of natural history with geological and pre-civilization origins. Central connecting exhibit is the courtyard just to the north of us now. Furthermore, we have adequate host to several artifacts and art pieces spanning global cultures and eras. On the second floor, there is a totally one unique gallery fine art, typically canvas. Of course, as you investigate, you notice there are balconies that look down into the view of the first floor exhibit as well. I hope that's helpful, detective, but you can always refer to the browser's map you had if you get lost somewhere. Very helpful, thank you. Do you mind if I ask a couple more questions before I go? I don't have anything else to talk. Hey, hold it right there. Do you pay admission when you came in? Oh, gotcha. Good, didn't I? Little security joke I saw. Always good to meet another agent of Lady Justice. Detective, what can I do for you? I'm hoping you can assist my investigation. Oh, absolutely anything you need. At the drop of a hat. Just by answering a few questions for now. I need to be clear that even as the museum guard, you are exonerating here. Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way. Not only am I loyal to the law, I'm loyal to the museum, and the wrong against it must be right. Let's start with a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. 10-4, good buddy. Not much to brag about in the department, detective. What do you do in your free time? I like to keep up with various TV shows and movies, but only are. That's not very interesting. I read a whole bunch too. Talk about boring. I don't think that's boring. Honestly, I wish I had the time for more of that kind of stuff. I used to say the same thing, believe it or not. But if you don't make time to enjoy things, there won't be much of you left. Just a cup of whiskey in a suit. I mean, let's stay on the topic. Do you have any family friends? Couple buddies from back in the days, but started to feel like we were world apart, you know? A wife at home, but no kid. She has some great friends, long-time friends, and they call me friends. I'm alright with that. I understand. Let's continue on, yes? Absolutely. I'm an open book and full of pictures. What do you do? I keep up the peace within this memorable wall. A much more manageable skills than I'm sure you deal with, detective. On the regular, sure, but for tonight, we'll have that in common. You got that right. As far as my day-to-day is concerned, we don't really get much commotion around here. Was there a time when this disturbance were more typical? No, I guess not. We have more people around overall, you see. Hey, if all else fails, maybe this whole that code. What the hell is a difficult? Okay. Maybe this whole difficult will get the museum some attention again. That really be something, huh? I suppose anything possible. Why don't we discuss something else? Absolutely. Are there still more? Oh, what do you do before? I worked as a policeman for a while, but not as long as was expected at the time. You certainly don't look like you reach retirement age. Young for retirement, sir, but not that young. Most folks stay in the field for a long time. Wasn't for me, though. I grew up with police dramas and was big enough to deal with bullies, but the concept of bullies is a bit more difficult when you're an adult. Now on the head, detective. Don't get me wrong, there were times when it was very clear, but just not always. Even instances that were clear in the beginning become murky down the road. Or in retrospect, eventually parting ways with the force seems like the best decision. I came to the conclusion sometime later. By that you mean it wasn't entirely a choice. Highly encouraged choice, perhaps. A tale that isn't too uncommon, I think. We discuss something else. Hey, you've got the grin to go ahead, detective. What were you doing? As per usual, I was heading around the fire, having a little chat with the curator. When things are especially slow, I might take a walk around the exhibit, or get some fresh air, but I was feeling a little more lazy today. Oh boy, that doesn't sound too good, does it? I don't want you thinking I neglect my duty. Thing is, nothing seems weird. It was totally normal morning, afternoon and evening. I understand, so none of the guests acted strangely. We get all our walks of life, while I do my best not to judge one way or another, eh? So nah, not so much. And all things considered, this feels like poor circumstances for me, detective. I see. Interesting. Why don't we discuss things some more then? Okay, what happened? Oh dear, where do I begin? The curator and I heard an argument upstairs. I was ready to go defuse the situation, but the curator was hoping it would solve itself. I don't quite understand it, but in my experience, these artists tend to hold strong opinions, so I trust the curator's judgment call for a moment. But I made my way into the courtyard when I heat up. I went upstairs though, so I just had to keep moving through. A few moments later, a gunshot shattered glass soon after, and I didn't skip a beat. Some habit I had, I guess. Well, I got to adequate when found the guide. Stopping her track, maybe I should have kept moving, but I had to make sure she was okay. It's admirable at the very least. I'm sure she appreciated it. You're probably right, but I wasn't actually much help. Nothing I could say had her coming. I covered the creator, but since that was still the matter of whatever went down in natural history, I got there at about the same time as the podcaster. But she knew just as much as I did, and that wasn't much. The display's case was already destroyed, so to save the time and not the victim, I was too slow again. If there was anything left to do, it was call the police. Thankfully, the creator was already on the line, and things had mostly calmed down by then. I appreciate the through recollection. Let's move on to something else. Standing by for inquiry, detective. About the alarm. Oh yeah, well you see, the amazing thing is that it's real smart. You can tell who's who and do what it's gotta do. Real accurate too. Certainly, there's some downside to it, no? And now on the head, detective. When it was installed, they told us it was a little slow. It doesn't make mistakes because for a computer it takes its time. Although for a person like you and me, that's still pretty dang fast. It just has to, I don't know, double check I guess. It has a way of it being selective, only locking down what's necessary, and trying to minimize panic in a chaotic situation. Come to think of it, the actual sound of the alarm was supposed to be one of the more severe stages of lockdown. The old guy who used to work on it could tell you more. We never seen any action before today. Maybe try asking the creator. I think I will. Until then, I have a few other things to discuss. I don't think there's anything more to discuss. Okay, let's ask the creator again. Okay, maybe I don't. The plague reached my melee orange Gunter League by Constantin Planetskusia. The expression of these pieces of complex, knocked of anger in the bottom, a dash of reality needs to itch my nose, and so many more. Did I read all the thing? The plague with semi-color face by air. Wait. Do you think he lived at the fast in his pain or just drizzled it on top? You know, I should have eaten before arriving to the scene. The plague with the shift by Henry Maflix. I'm going to assume the shift is some sort of shrubbery, at the very least a leaf plant of some kind. The plague with face with fitness sunflower by Vincent van Giraffe. The thing that he would go so far as to cut off one of his own consequence. If only he knew how popular his art would become. Yeah, this thank God, huh? The plague reached a cloud with a pure earring by Jonas Vermerkat. You think the large ears were being distracting, but the earring was still draws my eye. Oh, that's a fan. The plague read The Best Friend of Man by Reed Maparakitin. A bowler hat, huh? Not many can make that word. Believe me, I tried. Plague read Water Off the Back of the Duck Neck by Jean Michael Basquack. An excellent and horrifying representation of the wet-footed condition. Ooh, it's this one. Plague with Nighthawks by Edward Hoppers. What I would give to sit along in the dustiest bar in town, just staring at a half-empty glass of the finest aged milk. Plague reads Great on Blue by Mark Rackcoat. The deeper meaning of this one is beyond me, but in a good way. Okay, we read all the art, but first thing first, there is a ad, so I'm gonna play the ad first, and I'm gonna come back after the ad, and we're gonna keep solving the crime. But right now, there is an ad. I'm gonna play the ad right now. See you guys in just a bit, okay?
Let's go! Let's go.
Hey, the ads are finished. Welcome back, everyone. Let's keep solving this cave, huh? Actually, what is... I saw that? Oh, I can save. I think I did save. I guess I did save. Have anything pop up though? Let's go to the left. I can see some dinosaur. Wah. Alright, this definitely seems to be a epicenter of our case. Looks like the victim there, lying on the back, just south of the destroyed display case that's stand in the exact middle of the room. Several dots blood splatter across the floors, along with a few pieces of what appeared to be stone debris. Other artwork looks to be an infected and a witness at the scene. No shortage of place or to start. Let's get to it. Plague with mosquito preserved in an amber discovered by in Southeast Asia. Who knows what sort of horrible thing this bug could be carrying? Ancient plague, mind control curses, dinosaur theme park. I suppose we should all consider ourselves lucky this wasn't at the expedition to break. I don't think I guess I don't need to read all of them then. The plague grid and a deep plateau cavern painting circa 6000 BC. Question like how could they possibly have transported by the cave rock aren't even worth asking. The plague grid are a collection of ancestor tools discovered across multiple regions. I wonder what the predecessor would think if they saw what we could craft from stone nowadays. They probably think all of those sculptures in the other expedition were wildly impractical. Ooh. Bro, my fucking Joy-Con drift, man. I did not move left. And I moving left to me, oh my god. The plague red Tyrannosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period. Iconic dinosaur, but I much prefer the Stegosaurus, even a Triceratops. I Triceratops would rank higher, personally. This is the pedestal where the stolen gemstone was once displayed. What should I investigate here? The exhibit play card. The plague red Artemis diamond circa 1700. Where could you be hiding, precious little stone? And the broken case seems like a classic smash and grab. There are stones strewn across the floor, so it's possible that the thief used them to break the glass case. I'll put the statue chunk into evidence, just in case I can learn anything from looking it over. It seems like there's another incriminating detail here, though never that easy anymore, is it? Well, let's see the victim then. This would always be my least favorite part of the job. Victim present male, likely mid-20 in age. Four facial piercings and wearing a leather jacket. The initial signs show 2 impact wounds to the back of the head, often considered minimal blood loss. And nothing on his person. No wallet, keys, not even an ID. Poor guy. I'll figure out what happened here, don't worry. Oh, insect. The plague weed collection of pin beetles originally researched in Eastern Asia. I'd rather not look at this too long. Butterflies. Plague weed collection of pinned butterflies originally researched in North America. I much prefer my butterflies unpinned and flyings and alive. Ooh, stones. Plague with amethyst grey amethyst geode, sustainably sourced from Central Europe. What a good creation of such an unparalleled beauty. The plague with spiritual stone, circa 1998. Legend says you can time travel 1 whole dog year with this. Break reads mammoth tusk circa 3000 BC. Imagine the size of the elephant folk attached to this. Break read a collection of ancestor skulls discovered across multiple regions. There's so much about the ancient civilization that we still don't know. I guess we never will. It really makes you think, huh? Hello, you are the witness? Hey, detective. I just want to say it's like so awesome to meet a real, almost somewhat famous Philadelphia feeling investigator in person. Oh, and I absolutely cannot wait to tell you all about my show. Would you be willing to do an interview? I'm sorry, your show? I'm true crime podcaster. It's called Tale of the Dark and Desperate, and this episode is about to go hella viral. Wait. Are you recording right now? No, I didn't bring my equipment. What an absolute rookie mistake. Like five listener and episode level amateur. By the way, you should seriously subscribe. You have your phone on you, right? Just let me lock myself up and hit the button quick. No big deal. I actually don't keep a mobile phone on me. Personal technology would be a distraction at the crime scene. Oh, that is actually so sad. Okay, we have things to discuss. Let's stay on topic, please. Hey, whatever you need, detective. Oh, like totally. Oh, come on, detective. I told you about my podcast. Aren't you saying that you didn't go read my bio? If you're not a big reader, watch my daily vlog. They give you the general vibe. Well, it was gonna be daily, then it was weekly, but now I'm just gonna post whenever. The last one is video, so it's be out of date, but you... Apologies, but I am not going to watch your vlog, so please. If you could provide a brief answer to the question, that would be appreciated. Rue. The least you could do is submit your question to my vlog. You can do it anonymously if you want. I'm sorry, but isn't a vlog just a video blog? So a word blog is just a normal blog. Actually, never mind. I've learned plenty. Let's change topic. Like whatever you need, detective. I have a true crime podcast called Tales of the Dark and Desperate. So make sure to totally alliterate the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Wait, haven't I told you about this already, detective? You have. I was asking more about what you do in a professional sense. Are you trying to say that what I do isn't professional enough? Ha! Gotcha. Oof, too easy, detective. I work at a coffee shop, but that's like so boring. Punch in, punch out, you know what it is. But after this episode absolutely pop off, I'm gonna quit so fast. Or at least like quiet quit. I still need some health insurance or something. Of course, why don't we talk about something else now? You have quite a passion interest. Why is that? I know the trick question right here, huh, detective? Of course I love crime. Crime solving? Crime solving? Do you have a background in criminology? That sounds like a question I can only answer beyond the paywall. Did you know you can unlock way perks like this on my Patreon? That won't be necessary. By the long paw of the law, let's stay on topic. You know, true crime is trendy, so that was a good start. But then, I don't know, it was genuinely fascinating. In all honesty, I'm pretty normal, and my life has been like pretty easy. There's people out there that have definitely not having easy. Trying to step into the shoes of a criminal is one thing, but thinking about everyone around them, that's different. It's just easy to think this wouldn't happen to me until it does. True crimes let you really reflect on unrealistic situations that are very real. That's actually quite insightful. If you want to know more, make sure to wickedly whack that follow. Yes, that's another question I have for you. For sure. What were you doing? I was mostly just wandering around, but when I got to the courtyard, I saw the tourists had this dope retro camera. We were just kind of going back and forth on an old school photography technique. Stuff like that was huge on Instagram a couple years ago. Now we got interrupted by the argument. He handed me a camera while he tried to break it up from down here, but they weren't interested in listening. I see. I assume you gave the camera back to him at some point, yes? Yeah, for sure. But not right away because things really started getting out of control. Oh, in that case, I got a couple more questions for you. Oh my gosh, I remember this so vividly. If only I was recording, my audience really like authentic audios. That console would have got so many upvotes. Blammo! That's when things really pop off, you know. I couldn't really see much up there though. And when the god ran through, he and the tourists were so frantically scattered, I pretty much tuned them out. Besides, we all heard glass break in the next room over, and I needed to get a first-hand account of things. Fame isn't for a full-hearted detective. I ran from the courtyard and saw the punk lying there. It seems like he fell from the balcony. I rushed over to check on him, but he was so dead. So what was of the diamond? It was already gone. I explained that to the guard when he came in, and I guess he went off to go search for someplace else. I figured with the alarm going off, I wouldn't be able to leave anyway. So I just sat tight and waited here. Huh. Okay, I think I have some follow-up question. He said you both entered the exhibit simultaneously, but these contradict your testimony. Why the inconsistency? I don't know what you want me to say, detective. I told you everything I know already. I came in, saw the diamond was gone, took a quick look over the body, and the guard came running in after. If I was gonna lie, wouldn't it make more sense for me to agree with the guard? I am admitting to having no witnesses. I suppose you're right. So the diamond really was missing when you arrived? Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll ask some different question instead. About the victim. You mentioned he had already fallen from the balcony above. Do you go any closer examination than that? Why do you ask? Thing is, he didn't have anything on him, not even a wallet or ID. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Oh, detective, that's because I gathered them for you ahead of time, so you wouldn't miss anything. Is that so? Tampering with a crime scene can be a serious offense, you know. But it wasn't tampering, it was assisting. I know about standard procedures. I just went ahead and did it for you. That's all it was, huh? Lying to an authority of the law is also quite an offense. Okay. I took his stuff because it would have been amazing promo material. You can't blame me for trying to fabricate a viral sensation, detective. And besides, what if you had been stabbed and I needed to stop the bleeding? That logic doesn't even... You know what? I've got other thing to discuss with you and then I'll be on my way. Am I not gonna take the things? Okay, let's go this way then. Final exhibit. The old timer. Hello. Yes, hello. I'm the... Yeah. I know who you are. Fantastic. Let's get started. Well, I'm waiting on you. Get started. And I'm finally good home. Standing on this floor is a killer for an old timer like me. There's a bench just over there if you... I don't need a seat. You think I need some pad I'll harm you? You know who I am. I didn't mean to offend. I just... Look, detective. Get to the interrogation or whatever you have to do so I can get out of here. Fine, yeah, it's a wonderful idea. Let's just do that. How much longer is this gonna take? You really have to ask, huh? Tell me everything I need to know about you, detective. In this case, I'm the one who needs to know. So why don't you answer the question anyway? I'm a retired of the art world. From back when folks respected the craft. I saw success beyond my wildest dream. I was in galleries, exhibitions, auctions for rate higher than you or your kitten would see in the entire lifetime. Point is, I was at the top, and I wasn't making way for nobody. You had to be cutthroat back then. Don't even get me started on all this crowdfunding. So I don't think, for what reason do you have to step down from such a high pedestal? Couldn't keep up. Is that what you want to hear? My hands started going first, and then, well, I quit while I was hurt. I see. Well, then let's change the topic. What kind of question is that? Are you one of that? Are you one of them half-rated gumshoes, detective? That's an offense. In my offense age, I don't do much of anything, and with my offense wealth, I don't have to. That's what it means to be retired. Not that you would know. I might do some consulting from time to time. What tenant event? But all that chasing tails, that's for the young pups. After everything I've given to the art world, I keep on giving. What do you think about that, huh? Good for you. You wouldn't get it, so maybe you start asking about some question with answers you can actually use. What a fascinating, what a fantastic idea. Let's just do that. What about it? Despite a few amateur misstep, it's a respectable institution. Institution. And what would you consider a misstep? Don't get me started on how much modern garbage they have on display this day. I understand art can be entirely without businesses, but there are lines you just don't cross. Betraying the great by hanging their most prestigious place next to this finger painter. That's across the line. You ever have any of your piece on display here in the museum? That's the leading question, detective. Don't believe for a second I don't see what you're trying to do. If you must know, even if my peak, no, the curator refused to exhibit any of my work. I have plenty of other exhibition, and we always been on good terms. I don't hold it against them. So don't leave this conversation thinking I've got some sort of vendetta. That would be a ridiculous notion, wouldn't it? Maybe I should ask a different question instead. Up. Am I outspoken, detective? Are you answering my question with a question? The answer is no. I am resolute, firm in my opinions because I know they're correct. I still have yet to see how this ends. There I was, with this critic. We were looking over the various pieces in the sculpture gallery. The critic wanted to discuss with the guide, so I let them be. Made my way upstairs into fine art. So that's when I saw them, all these disgraceful misuses of canvas, and the punk that followed soon after, looking for a fight. You must have seen me wrinkle. I wrinkled my nose at some painting, and well, he didn't know that tree he was barking up. And what tree was that? An always fine fellow, detective. One that whips for the way things used to be. Intriguing, to say the least. I believe I sent some more question then. Oh my god, Wait, huh? Oh, I did actually click it. I thought I clicked the first one again. You might have some rebellious face. Huh. My rebellious face was productive. I put it into my craft, not into waving a firearm into the face of the elite. Look, I admitted it was both, but unfounded. I saw fire in my eye, if not for some painting. The heart wasn't in it for that. Interesting. Let's move on. How much longer is this gonna take? Oh, I did actually. Okay, of course I remember it. Like it like it was yesterday because it was today. Huh, gotcha. I didn't know, detective. In fact, it was about an hour ago. Where could I forget that? I'm all buying that out. That punk wanted to yank my tail, but when I bucked back, he must have got scared, put a gun on me. Boys knew that I have some bite left, and we got into a real scuffle. Took us out onto a courtyard balcony. He threw me on the wall. I swung back at him, and he tried to take me out, but his arm was bad. Missed by a mile. Must have been new to it too. Take back, give me a chance to disarm him, then he ran off. The critter came check on me, and soon after, I told him I was fine, unscatches. In fact, that the alarm went off, but I didn't have anything to do with that. Well, I'm glad you're alright. Let's discuss something else. Oh, nothing to discuss anymore. Oh, is that the critics? I say, what's the matter? Of draft faction is approaching me. I'm the detective sent to investigate this serious and unfortunate incident. Heavens, you just speak to your department about acquiring better uniform. This is not a uniform, it's just one of my suits. Are you to imply that these are your actual clothes that you purchased with money willingly? I would appreciate it if we could get to the question now, please. I will last. I'm just a bit of a critic, but I'll do my best not to get in your way. I'll likely take a few jabs at you, though. How could I not? Those shoulder pads. What? But no, seriously, I'm on your side here. Don't worry about it. You know, let's just get started, shall we? I'm a collector. I'm a connoisseur. Some would call me a cultural innovator. That title is just far too garish. Garish? Even if it's entirely true. And this is what brought you to the museum today. This is a wonderful piece that I would have loved to carry my own. But no, I'm not making any purchases. My accountant wouldn't like it that very much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but exhibit at a museum aren't actually for sale. Looking like a true member of the middle class, everything is for sale when you have enough money. Am I to assume this apply to you? I've written for the most prestigious organization. The scales have rubbed against the best of them. You should consider yourself blessed I'm not more offended than you have even asked who I am. Then why don't I ask a different question then? A traditional family, no, but I have someone close to me if that's what you mean. Would you not consider them family? I would. That partnership was founded at a different time, and unfortunately there's still many similarities between now and then. Besides, now you become larger than yourself, and people believe you are the only how they sculpted you. There's a lot to lose if you betray their perception. If I'm to interpret your meaning, isn't the artistic industry quite progressive? When an artist at his easel? Yes. For a writer at her typewriter, yes. For a musician with their instrument, yes. But for any of them with a need to live, to eat, or to succeed, they must be ruled by money. And the people with money far above even my station, they do not understand the meaning of progress. So no, I suppose I don't have much family. Both of us can't afford to. Sorry to hear that. Would you mind if I ask another question? If you must, don't let me stop you. Why do you decide to visit it today? Oh, the creator practically begged me to come and write about it in one of my columns. I visited before many years ago, and the article I wrote back then was unbelievable success. Although, considering the terrible fate before us, I don't know that anything I write will speak highly enough. You mean the murder-turned mystery heist? Is that it? Ah, no, detective, I'm talking about irrelevancy. And worse yet, creator has resorted to committing the cardinal sin. Displays of counterfeit art. It's just painful. And what do you mean? That would be quite an accusation. The duplicate, simple as that. How How else could one acquire such a diverse catalog? In fact, I already noticed two, and well, when there's two, there must be a third. And that's just a proper writing, detective. Right, well, then let's carry on, yes? As you do in museum, I was talking my jolly good time, looking over the many exhibit alongside the old timer. When we made our way into the sculpture gallery, I decided to strike up a conversation with the guide. Of course, I can't resist an expert discussion. The old timer has far less patience for that sort of gallivanting, so he took off upstairs. Perhaps I shouldn't have let him go off on his own. I don't know what it was that they argued about, but it must have struck a nerve. I think that's when our evening started to go south. That's so. I've got more questions then. There isn't much for me to say on this topic, but I suppose it began with the old timer argument upstairs. It sounded like he was in a fine art gallery. I started moving that way, but when I was just about there, I heard a blunt slam. I had hoped that the argument didn't turn violent, but I was quickly losing faith in their theory. Before I knew it, there was that wretched bang. A gunshot with glass shattering not long after. I was concerned for the well-being of the old-timer, so I continued over toward the balcony after him. By then, the brawl has concluded. The old-timer was clearly worn out. He was breathing heavily and had a couple scraped, but he seems okay. I shuffled him back into the fine art gallery below, and tried to ignore the rest of the cacophony below. It calmed down soon after, and now you're here. Yes, here I am. Why don't we continue the investigation then? So much fucking work, man. I read for the past 1.5 hours, I'm just keep talking and I just keep talking about on the dialogue, man. Oh my god, I couldn't even crack some jokes or anything. I mean, most of the time it doesn't I could crack some jokes as well. Yeah. I've taken down both of your testimonies, but there's a specific detail here that doesn't line up. The old timer claimed that he came away from the plot entirely and scratch. That's not accurate to your remark, why? That might be the easier explanation you received today, detective. Are you familiar with fragile masculinity? We've known each other for a long time. For a long time. And when I say he's improved, I mean it, but there are things that still get under his fur. Whether this help or hinder your perception of his motive, I doubt he even second guesses a lie like that. His back up is you know him quite well. Intimately, some would say. Understood. I think I have some other inquiry to make before I move on. If you must, don't let me stop you. Oh, so they are actually having a relationship together. Old timer and the critic. Oh my god, so many dialogue, man. So many people and so many fucking dialogue. The guide? Reading, detective. Boy, am I glad you're here. Glad to be here, although. I'm gonna drink some water first. Not necessarily under these circumstances. Happy to help, nonetheless. Unfortunately, I don't think I am going to be much help. I'm a bit of an anxious rabbit, you see. Oh, that's okay. We can work through it slowly with whatever information we have. Oh, that's quite a relief. I know a lot about being a guy, but I'm afraid I'm just don't hold up under pressure. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Of course, I need to ask a lot of questions. I can't leave any stone unturned. But let me know if it becomes too much. Okay. Gosh, I don't tend to talk about myself much. After a few years, I'm still the museum newest employee, and I've been into art history for a long time. Interesting. And how do you spend your free time? Oh, nothing super exciting. I have a sweet tooth, so I bake a bunch. Enjoy a good pre-read drama. I read when I can. What else? Considering your line of work, you never pursue the art? Gosh, no. I mean, did I try watercoloring once or twice? Yeah, but it was bad. Don't get me started on the charcoal and oil pastel. I have sitting on my closet, a bit of at impulse. Obviously, I study art a lot, but no, never really felt like making much. It's definitely not for anyone, including myself. Should we change the topic then? Yeah, thank detective. I'm the current leader of the education and guest relation here at the museum. If visitors have questions or they want a tour, I'm their bunny. Aside from that, I'm also the youngest member of the team, so I try to manage our marketing and outreach. The creator and the guard don't really understand social media, nowadays though. That's my least favorite part of the job. The internet can be a cruel place. I don't envy you in the least. Folks make fair point, like about our exhibit, but they don't really understand how any of it work. They don't like that we keep art from cultures that aren't ours. And I don't disagree with them. But lots of people might never be exposed to those other culture if we didn't. I don't know. It's complicated. Most of the world is this day. Why don't we discuss another point? What did you do before? Just the most soul draining corporate office work. I went to school for business, whatever that mean. In retrospect, it feel like a bit of a scam. It's not like I was passionate about any of it, but it was safe, or so they said. Are you passionate about what you do now? Absolutely, I wouldn't change things, at least no major thing, right? Huh. Sure, there are bigger museum and better pay, but I used to think that kind of thing way too much. I like the people here, I trusted them, and they appreciate me. I get to inspire people passion. Can't wait for more than that, I suppose. I do want to ask some more questions though, if that's okay. Up, fucking hell. Before everything started to unravel, I was going about a normal day business. More specifically, I was answering questions and offering tours to the various guests, but with the various success. It's not a totally weird or anything, but the critic were the first to really engage at all. He had some question about the sculpture, but then he started questioning my qualification. Any particular reason for the change in topic? Maybe it was a distraction. We could overhear the old timer shouting upstairs, but eventually he went upstairs to go check up on him by anyway. I figured it would diffuse itself and they come back down. So I went into adequate, hoping I could escort them out for causing trouble. That didn't go as planned, unfortunately. I can see that. How about we discuss what happened next? He said they were asking you some personal question, but he described it only as a debate between experts. Well, I did say question, but there were more challenges. Does it feel like perhaps he had an ulterior motive? You mentioned the possibility it could have been a distraction. I don't think he really had a goal. He was just being a curmudgeonly old man. That sounds rude, but true. And that isn't anything new. So I guess that I didn't think too much of it. Not until, well, you know the rest by now. I do, yes. Thanks for clarifying that. Maybe we should clear things up, other thing. Oh, fucking hell. Honestly, I felt very sudden. I don't really remember what happened. After everything has sort of resolved or calmed down, the curator that someone has shot a gun in the museum. That seems like a pretty difficult detail to miss. If how loud it would be against all this marble wall. Yeah, the noise. I think that's what sent me into shock. Next thing I remember was the creative voice breaking through the haze. They were trying to get me to do my breathing exercise, and when I was responsive enough, they left to call the cops. But I was thinking that if the curator hasn't prioritized me, maybe the diamond would have been stolen. If you're guilty, it's natural for the curator would be concerned for you, especially over some priceless rock. A rock that, as far as we know, is still around here somewhere, so I'll find it. I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, detective. Okay. And you are the janitor? Who are you? Oh, you're the student. Okay. Hello. Greeting. I'm detective from Feline Forensic. Well, don't let me get in your way. Oh, I'm actually here for you. I'm here to talk to you. Some simple question, really. There's no need to be so nervous unless you have a reason to be nervous. Listen, I swear. Oh no, I was just making a joke. Trying to break the tension. I've been told I'm very dry, so please accept my apologies. Okay, accept. Thank you for questioning me, and please go about your duties. I will stay out of your way. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you have any... Oh, wait, I haven't asked my question yet. Alright, I didn't think you realized. Fine, go ahead. I hate talking about myself. We really shouldn't. Oh, you don't care about... Oh, fuck, I skipped it. Oh, I'm sure you are. You wouldn't mind if I search your backpack, for instance. Why would you need to do that? I haven't stolen anything and put it in my backpack, if that's what you think. I was just kidding again. Why did you come to the museum today? I came here for a date, okay? And they stood me up. Is that what you want me to say? Don't you know how hard it is this day? The apps, and the mixers, and the socializing, and being attractive. Not to mention the testing and the flirting, and then leaving the house. Don't get me starting on having to go outside. It's dreadful, detective. It's terrible. The only silver lining is that you can find places like this that are free to get stood up. Imagine having to pay for that type of experiments. Wait, actually, never mind. Apologies. I'm sure that's another topic we can discuss in that. As in, what do you do for work? What do you make for a living? I don't really make a living. I'm making a living, getting further and further in debt. Couldn't you tell from my distinct lack of sleep? I'm a student. Oh, I see. What are you studying? Game design. For the creativity of it, you know? And obviously the money. There is no denying that the tech industry is booming. It's just gonna keep growing and growing. Line go up, huh? Couldn't ask for more fantastic working condition. Two. It's currently accessible, historically inclusive, diversity of the chart. Really, I think the gaming industry is historically very not inclusive and not diversity. I don't... Stability, look no further, problematic behavior and... Oh yeah, it's fucking satire. Because like... Yeah, stability with 3 years of constant layoff, and then with countless of sexual harassment in various big companies. Yeah, this is 100% satire, huh? They're doing nothing to compare about, not a thing at all. Actually, why don't we talk about something else? And it seems like the student is basically just trying to not look at the thing, not look at the bad side of the game industry. Is that important? I don't think it is. How far back should I go? I came here a few hours ago and started going through a few exhibits. I skip ahead slightly. Right, of course, totally. Well, I got to the natural exhibit after a bit and started admiring all the artwork there. I could overhear what sounded kind of like an argument. I didn't give it much thought. Minding my own business, but it started to get more intense. It didn't take long to realize it has escalated further than it should have. Everything spun out of control from there. I see. I couldn't tell what it was about, but I heard the argument upstairs was beginning to get physical. That thing just kind of happened randomly nowadays, and better not to take any chances, you know. Got to the foyer. That's when my suspicion was solidified. The sound of a gunshot. I pounced toward the door. As soon as I reached for the handle, the place went into total lockdown. I was scared, detective. I felt concerned, trapped. I did the only thing I could think of. I retreated into the sculpture gallery to hide until the thing calmed down. I almost knocked over one of the sculptures in my haste. Thankfully, it wasn't too long until everything seems under control again. As control as it could be, I suppose. I changed topic, alright? Okay. Okay, there's all the things. Ooh, emergency exit. Oh, back here. Of course, I have something to discover. Good. Said you had requested an article be written. Could you tell me more about that? Actually, I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. That's so. That this wasn't the first time. In fact, he said the first one did quite well. What else did he tell you, detective? Because I remember the article quite differently, and I would have never requested such a fierce trick again. Unfortunately, it's not within procedure to disclose any more information about the other suspect than I already have. My apology if this struck a nerve, but you can trust that I do my best to get to the bottom of this. For now, I have other topic we should get on to. You describe her as stunned until eventually your effort to rouse her was successfully, and she told you to call the authority. But she described the situation differently, that you failed to calm her and left her there unmoving in order to call the police. Ah, she said that, did she? If you recall, I also described her as selfless, and to a fault, I have she like a daughter to me. I regret to say that she lied to you, detective, to save my father. As it's my father, for a creator to not prioritize the safety of the guest or even the exhibit. I believe she attempted to maintain my proper image. Ah, a noble act and certainly loyal, but it was still a lie. I have to reconvene on that. But for now, we have other matter to discuss. It's a state of the art awarded on a grant several years ago. It runs through very well towards an exhibit, a bit Orwellian. But I do what I must. It took a long time to amass such a wondrous collection, so I like to keep it. I don't see any cameras though. How do it work? Fuck, what the fuck? Oh my god, how the fuck do I skip that? Can I speak to that again? I think I want to speak to this off. Remember now? I have a question. Oh shit, I cannot actually read the whole thing. Bah. Oh, I might be fucked. Okay. I'm not sure why he would lie, but the story hinges on something. Hey, detective, what can I do for you? You got the green to go ahead. The guide. You mentioned in your testimony that you discover her in the adequate exhibit stunned from the ground of the gunshot. As much as you know about her condition, do you think it's possible that she could have me unaware of your presence in that moment? Oh, I haven't really considered that, but I bet you're right. I can't reiterate enough how much I really did try to help, but the creator always had a lighter touch. So calling for them is the best call I could make. I agree. I don't think you did anything wrong. I just need to corroborate the two story. So thank you for that. But I've got some more questions. Let us talk to the ooh. Okay. Oh god, there's so much more things, man. Oh. This seems like just exhibition. It seems like anything important here. Whoa, blood? Oh, is this where they are fighting? Another shocking aspect to the case unfolding in front of us is where the blood trail begins, considering the impact on the wall. If this is where the two guests fought, the impact is likely result, and with enough force that would explain the crude painting. Whenever it happens, it's clear that the conflict continue onward, but I have to keep investigating to learn more. Goes all the way to here. And then he dropped down. It's clearly important to our case, so what shall I investigate? Brought Charlie here and over the edge of the balcony, dashed across the exhibit exhibit podium as well. Podium look like it's been pushed SQ as well, and the up piece is missing. Stanchions are unlatched, presumably by force, considering the earliest angle. The victim is visible, lying on the floor below. They were likely disoriented and stumble backward into their demise. That's all they find here for now, at least. Okay. Kind of wish to talk to the Okay, that's the courtyard. Guess I'm talking to you as well. Howdy, Doody. Detective Rooney. Hey, Doody. You're the Taurus. Please call me detective. I'm an investigator on this case. How are you holding up with all this commotion? Just tippy top investor copper. You don't worry, I'm getting behind on my itinerary, but I'll survive. An itinerary? Are you on vacation? You think damn bad I am. A nice long trip like I always wanted to. Just wasn't in the deal stack until recent. Call me a regular tourist because I know y'all got a plan every stop. You know what they be saying, detective. Failing to plan is like planning to have a good time getting lost. Yeah. I think we should get to the topic at hand, don't you? I've come to a lot of name, detective, but what you see is what you get. Just an old free spirit flying through the back half of life. That sounds quite nice, actually. Are you flying with any family? Oh, you really are good at this, huh? You really know what to ask. Of course, I got family, a little brother, and his stick of piglet. Dear me, does their mother have a hoofu with them? She practically assisted me too. You said you're traveling. Is it difficult to be away from them? I think so, that's for sure. But I try to send a postcard every couple of days, and I've collected far too many souvenirs for them. When our pops would go out on business trip, he always bring little baubles back with him. So you know I gotta keep the tradition alive. I'm sure the kid loves that too. Let's move on with something else for now. Nowadays not much. I do some odd jobs when I got back from the big old vacation. Just past that. No more grind for me. No more grind for me. That's a fortunate position to find yourself in. How do you manage that? That's a tough one, detective. Long story short, my pops was into some particular business. At least until he died. I was a teenager then, and my brother was even younger, so fending for ourselves wasn't much an option. Luckily, pops work us in. But I got a little bit older. I took over an operation we left behind decades later. We landed a pretty profitable contract, and the rest is history. Seems like it doesn't really do that much thing. Is this really important? Look, Whisker simply put some of this crowd wasn't the most savory, but folks with thick pocket was put into some circumstances that won't off and on. It forced me into decision and I don't like having made. All that's important to know now is, well, I've got more cures in my tail this day. Wouldn't make those choices again if I had to. I won't press the issue now, but I hope you understand that if I have a reason to suspect its relevance, I won't have much choice. Much of the same I'm doing right now, standing on my own on two hooves, gazing at all these colors. At least until the podcaster come on through and started asking about my camera. They call it such an old school vibe. What about it was she interested in? I don't know, but she was mighty excited. I had to look it over because I didn't see much harm in that. I took my eye off when the argument upstairs started becoming an issue, but she didn't seem shady or nothing. That's when the thing really started to kick off. That's so. Let's discuss further then. A whole lot if you ask me. Well, I guess you are asking me. Much of it I wasn't privy to. Those two upscale was in a bit of brawl and one of them shot a gun. Instinctually, I stepped in front of the podcaster, but luckily, I don't think anyone actually got hit. That was when we heard some glass smash in the other room and the museum alarm stopped flickering. I didn't think this sort of thing could still rile me up, but in the moment, I must have been sweating something fierce, like someone splashed my back with a pile of water. I tried to tell the gal to save her own fur, but I don't know. Maybe she was more invested as she let on, and I wasn't gonna carry out. When I go to the foyer, the artist was already arguing with the curator about letting us out. I guess the alarm put everything on total lockdown. I don't blame a single feather of them. They don't know what was that. She just told us to stand by and wait for the police. Not in my favorite gang to deal with. But I sat tight and that's about all she wrote. Is my trusty companion for age, been through some bumps and bruises, but nothing a good buff can fix. Had a hearty crash today. You don't mention that in your testimony. What happened? Didn't I? I told you that I let the pocket look it over, right? When everything started to go sideways, a gunshot probably spooked her and she dropped it a real clatter too. Second biggest of the day, maybe. I don't want to ignore the obvious issue here, so why do you have a camera in here anyway? Surely the museum policy will forbid it. Oh, don't worry, detective. I had it all clear with the curator. They said it was fine as long as I don't take any photos. There isn't even any film in here. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I think I have a few more talking points. Okay. Have I been this? Is this a sculpture? Oh no, this is a fine art one, right? Oh yeah. Oh, this one is the sculpture, okay. I gotta talk to you again, I think. Oh, I don't? Oh, I thought I do talk to you. At least for the thing. Let's see what we have right now. What was that? Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here, but it may have broken further in the field. It was certainly destroyed prior, assuming at least that this is the threaded tip of some ammunition. I wonder where the casing is hidden. Finding that could help me track down the murder weapon. That was something to check about? Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. The receipt. Why would he have paid twice? As far as I am aware, he didn't come in with anyone, right? Hence, I can't question him directly. I have to ask around some more. Actually, what the fuck was that? A small collection of requesting from the podcaster is a fairly normal setup per section, including a receipt for the admission to the museum, a business card, and a bottle of medication. The business card advertised a true crime podcast, presumably given to the victim by the podcaster. Oddly, the receipt showed he paid the museum admission fee twice. Found loads within. Oh, it's a bullet. Okay. I'm not sure which one I should talk to now. I can talk to the podcaster now. You mean the Taurus camera? That thing was like so nice. I wish you could afford one, but they're so folk. Folk? I think it's folk. Right now? Yes, that one. You mentioned, looking over it, did you notice it had any film? Oh, it must have. Did I tell you what happened when I dropped it before? Neither of you mentioned dropping the camera, no? Oops, silly me. Well, you like remember the gunshot, right? Blammo and all that. That didn't bother me at all, I guess. But then with the glass shattering, the alarm went off. That's what got me. The noise made me jump and bloop. That was the camera dropping right out of my little hands. When it hit the floor, there was a big crash, so I probably took some short photo. Of course, I got it back to him when all in one place. Before he even noticed, everything afterward went pretty much the same as I told you before. There's such an interesting wrinkle. Maybe before I be investigating this, like whatever unique, detective. Hmm. What if? What if? I have more information about the museum security now, so I should take a second peek of this. Although I don't want to bite off more than I could chew, and this could open a whole new can of sardines. There's several things that still need attended to. Let's tie a couple of thread and then come back. Okay. The ad is about to play, so I'm gonna play the ad right now, and I'm gonna come back after the ad. Okay? I know. I need to do some stretches and just refill my water as well and go to that room. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break right now. Play the ad, take the break, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna go play the ad right now.
Let's go! Let's go!
Yay, the ads are finished. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Last. Keep solving the crime then. There's so much things, man. That's genuinely just so much fucking shit. I was discussing tonight You found with the Taurus, and the topic was of his camera arose. Did you not notice he had it on him when he arrived? Actually, did not. I'm sure you understand, detective, that recording of any kind within the museum is strictly against policy. Why would guests come visit if they can observe a rudimentary specimen someplace else? I had a hunch. That's what you would say, but it might reveal some important evidence, so I'm going to entertain. Prosper for now. So the Horus was lying. Could be over there already. But there's some particular kid. I think we should go over again. You weren't using the camera at all tonight, correct? Then how come according to the podcast that the camera flash went on when she dropped it? You take a beginning photographer course. Just because a flash go off doesn't mean you actually take a photo, detective. But if you're so confident in your theory, then how about you check it out yourself? You can take my camera as evidence. As long as I can get it back, it's empty, you see, but full of sentimental value. Appreciate your cooperation. Now, how can I get your input on some other topics? Yeah, we can actually get the camera working. Not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. Oh, oh yeah, that's where you have to think, right? Oh, of course, I knew there was something else here. Or rather, there isn't something else. Yeah, sometimes there can be just an important. But there isn't any thing in it. Is it possible that he like just hide the thing? And there are possibilities just hide the evidence. Earlier tonight, the funk in the with the funk who surprisingly had a fight. I missed the chaos. Someone from the led by the Madje. The Madje staff also included the loyal and the knowledgeable. The spat and witnesses included the eccentric, the bitter, and as well as the distinguished. They also included anxious, the jolly, and the reserved. Anxious should be student, I think. Are they student here? Oh yeah, they're student. The jolly podcaster, and I guess the reserved forest. But why would Taurus be reserved? Yeah. Like, why would earlier today the something in the something in the something in the museum? The museum something with the something who surprisingly had a something. Surprisingly had a Uh... Hmm. I'm not sure yet. Guess the museum did not did we call hearing alarm, but I should confirm more. Arrived the museum intended to write a puffish testament. This should be greater, right? Might have hoping to write an article about the museum, but it wasn't the creator that hired him to do it. But why lie about that at all? Perhaps I should pay him another visit and ask. Began discussing the various exhibition of the sculpture with the guide. This might hope not necessarily be a lie, but it certainly speaks to the critic's accessibility. At least his testimony seems to be lined up otherwise. Challenging the guide on the arrival at the museum. Okay. Ah. Were you aware that the discussion you shared earlier was taken quite indifferently by her? Whatever could you mean, detective? It was simply a forum for two intellectuals. Perhaps one person from is another arena, especially when such a debate is uninvited. Have you considered that? I can assure you that it was not my intention to debate her. Surely she'd been through more strenuous challenge than I could provide. I'm not in a position to make claims one way or another, but I found that the disparity in your testimony is important then to clarify. And worth noting is your honest response to criticism is defensive, and I suggest you reflect on why that is. How astute and utterly absurd a sentiment. That's my job now. I have more inquiry to make before I continue my investigation. Yes. Do you want to read it? I have an early draft if you like. It's interesting considering the creator was entirely unaware of that request you mentioned. They must be playing coy with you. Or maybe they just embarrassed that they need my help to keep their museum afloat. But I guess you wouldn't understand standing on the outside. Desperately trying to look in. You're trying to change the topic. Did the creator ask you to write that article or not? No, they didn't. They didn't have to. I received an anonymous tip and I decided to be generous. Fine. It's my turn to change the topic then. So someone pay him, pay the critics. Oh, oh shit! I haven't been here before. Oh, okay. Hello. Who are you? Oh, you're the others. Greeting. Hello, I'm the detective tending to this case. I'm aware of this. You're from Feline Forensic. Yes, I am. Good. You're familiar. You may ask me a few questions. That is. First of all, how did you know about me? Was it the tie? Try to go with something more natural, professional, insightful, even. Maybe it's my suit. Shoulder was very padded. Is it the suit? To private eye. It was not the tie, detective. So it was the suit. It was also not the suit. I just aware of you, generally speaking. Good marketing, perhaps. And besides, I simply prefer to be aware, and others must observe the world. I hope that proves as useful. Let's begin. Whatever it takes, detective. I regret to inform you, detective. Now who I am is not important. I am unimportant in the grand scheme of things. As it pertains to this situation around us, those details will not bring you closer to case closed. Then why don't you humor me as if I was asking as a stranger, not a detective? I'm a washed-up failure of a creative amphibians. As soon as I had hands, my parents couldn't keep enough paper in the house. I hauled every marker and paint I could find. Play was my best friend. My imagination was instantiable. So I didn't have time for anything else. That doesn't sound like a failure to me. Insatiable my beget experience, but it does not equal to... How the fuck do you pronounce that word? I'm gonna fucking Google that shit. How the fuck do you pronounce that word? Equal? Equate? What the fuck? Equating talent? Is that a sufficient answer, detective? Did my art career become an artifact of the past? I found myself in several professions. Nowadays, I work under the contract agency that me doing temporary work placement. Many placements aren't desirable, unfortunately, but it pays me the bill, and I keep a fair bit of time to myself. Do you still create art in that time? Yes. I don't believe I could ever truly give it up, but inspiration strikes less frequently. That's why I decided to come to the museum today. Did you find something inspiring? I believe I have. Time will tell, the paint must dry, as they say. They don't say that, do you? Don't they? On to the next question then. I'm sure you're aware, but why are you so covered in it? This is my favorite coat. Are you suggesting that just because I got some paint on it, that suddenly means it can no longer be on your coat? It could be. It was a bit cold today. I needed to wear a coat. I am not a warm-blooded detective. Do you want me to be cold? I didn't say that, note. Size makes the coat more unique. No one in the whole world has this coat but me. I could see the allure in something like that. You say that you try to say no. I think most people do, myself included, and yet I frequently feel invisible, as if it's as if people don't see me, even if I'm standing right there. It makes one feel quite lonely, or say the least, forgotten. Apologies, I believe I strayed from your inquiry. I hate to break it to you, but my prior behavior was a little impact to the case. I was just wandering around. Specifically, I was counting the bones of this hanging skeleton from the natural history exhibit balcony. And again, I did spend some time on the courtyard balcony as well, mesmerized by the pendulum, a colorful sway. Considering my proximity to the fine art gallery, I overheard the argument as it began, and I departed off the floor. I've got that all written down now, so thank you. Allow me to ask another question. Whatever it takes, detective. Certainly, I'll begin with the argument. I was nearby, but didn't want to get involved. By the time I made it to the lower courtyard, I heard a gunshot. Naturally, I attempted to make my way out of the museum entirely, but the guard came hastily through the room and bumped on into me. I eventually got through, made my way to the foyer. Unfortunately, the door was already locked down. I imagine it was a result of the alarm being tripped. The museum has a sophisticated security system, it seems, and there wasn't anyone else around. Initially, no. When the tourists arrived from behind me, I told him we were stuck. Even when the curator came back, they refused to open the door. The tourists passionately opposed the decision, but eventually stood down. We waited in our respective exhibit until you arrived. When I collected his witness testimony, he neglected to mention anything about bumping into you in the courtyard. That does not surprise me, detective. Don't you remember what I said before? Even with all this pain, people just don't see me. Did he say that, huh? I suppose I didn't quite grasp the severity of it. No, come on either, I assure you. If you have any doubt about my honesty in this situation, I can present my perspective in greater detail. I don't think that be necessary. Your testimony is entirely possible, especially considering the frantic nature of the night event. I think I'll move on to some other inquiry for now. Up. Where should I heading to now? Oh, I can do this now? Earlier today, I think this should be Meowseum. In the something with the thing with the exhibit who surprisingly had a earlier today. There's something I don't understand what I'm supposed to put in there. There's something in the thing, and eventually after the chaos, someone this one should be stowed. Yeah, someone stole the gemstone from the glass case. Exhibit glass case? App it? Why not? Let me go back to the things. I think. Is it this way? Seems like it's not. This way. This way, dinosaur, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, it is an exhibit, so I guess I do put the exhibit on there. On the exhibit glass case. Okay, maybe it's not pedestal, maybe? But do I have pedestal? I don't have pedestal. From the exhibit, from the statue class K? No, not statue. It's not sculpture. A painting. Artifact. It's gotta be this one. It's gotta be this one. I think it's only this one missing. Oh. Which mean it's gotta be one of these two. It's gotta be these two from the sculpture. It's not sculpture. This isn't a sculpture. We're now at natural history. Oh, maybe it's just from the gemstone from the national history exhibit. Yes. Oh my god, there's so much chapter. I'm still on chapter 1. Earlier tonight, something in the something. They argued. Earlier tonight, there's something in the something with the old timer, right? The old timer. In the thing, argue with the punk. Who surprisingly had a gun. And they were arguing at the courtyard, if I remember correctly. But tonight there's something old timer. What old timer? I'm just gonna put some random shit. Is it courtyard? Let me check. The artist, the critic, the old timer. The old timer began the trip in the museum with no invitation to thing. Went upstairs to the fine art gallery where the punk began to antagonize. He assumed that the punk would back down when met with a bit of opposition, but he back at him. But in the fine art gallery, okay. Presumably subdued, the old timer retreated back into the fine art gallery. Is this though? I'm not surprised the old timer would want to keep up with his many image. But as we can tell from what the critic told us, even the old timer was a little shaken following his bout with the punk. So they are arguing on the fine art. Fine art exhibit? And then argued? Yes, the old timer argued in the fine art exhibit with the punk, who surprisingly had a gun. There's something in the thing. There's some eventually the gun shot from the punk. I think it's the punk of they fought in the somewhere, and then the punk fell from the right drop. I think failed is fine. They fight from where? The fight continued to escalate, leading the punk to slam the old timer into the wall, but he didn't let up. Amidst the struggle, the punk fired two guns. So that should be the thing, right? He entered the museum alone. Oh fuck. That is not right for the medication, right? Maybe test the mission for the podcaster. No. I mean, he entered alone, but he got the thing, and that is definitely not right. Okay. Either way, they fought in the balcony, and eventually the punk fell from the National History balcony. No. Backpedal toward the balcony of the Natural History exhibit, then all over the edge to fall fatals. Was they not fighting from in the balcony? Broke up between them onto the courtyard balcony. Maybe just courtyard. Yeah, it's just courtyard. Led by the something. The museum staff also. Oh. This one should be led by the curator. Museum led. Museum staff also included loyal guard and knowledgeable guide. Suspect and witnesses include eccentric, distinguished. What the hell is eccentric? My English is not that good, man. The eccentric, huh? Okay, so eccentric, it seems like it's just weird. A different way of saying weird. And the bitter what? Suspect. Who the hell is a suspect? You are also a suspect. Really, with the process of film photography, not too much, but you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. Oh, you think it'd be uber boost my follow if I did? Is that why you were so interested in the Taurus camera? Well, I've got it right here, but with some bad news. It's empty after all. No film to be found. But he told you it was empty, right? You said that, right? No surprise there. Of course, after all, the photography isn't usually allowed in a place like this. Ah, duh, you're super right. What a shame. Cold trial. Anyway, totally moving on. So humor me for a moment. Let's say he did have a film in it and was taking photos he shouldn't have been. Someone taking it off his guilty conscience would be quite fortuitous, fortuitous, would you say? Fine, I have it. You can take the film. You're killing me, detective. Just know I only took it to make some promotional material for my podcast. Gotta, yeah, fucking hell. Of course, you have the fucking film, man. Find a way to actually develop it and see what's secret. Okay, but I can still do this. The Spat and Witness included eccentric podcaster, I think. Maybe the podcaster. The bitter. The distinguished. What the fuck is a distinguished? Who the fuck use a distinguished as a... Okay. I think this, the distinguished, should be the old timer. Oh, but I have the podcast down there. Eccentric and the bitter critics. Oh, free wand. Oh my god. Where am I missing though? I'm missing. I have curator and the artist. Yes. The distinguished, reserve, centric artist. I by the curator. The museum has. It's gotta be. I think these four gotta be right. Like, it is about the museum thing. The student is very anxious. I guess the podcaster is very jolly. And the Taurus is reserved. No, actually the podcaster wasn't the Taurus wasn't. I think the Taurus should be the jolly one. Then who is reserved? Maybe the artist is the one that reserved. Really though, I don't think the artist was that reserved. The student is 100% anxious, but distinguished. The only one that like really like popular is the old timer, right? Or the artist, but the artists did say that they are not that popular anymore. So I'm not sure about that. Yike. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Centric is a weird way to say weird. Hmm. The bitter should be critic. The critic do be a little bit bitter sometime. And what about maybe the podcaster is the where's the podcaster? The eccentric? It is, okay. Oh, the old timer was wrong. Maybe the old timer was bitter? Seems like it. There would be 3 wrong. Okay, now we know that one is a thing, right? Oh, the critic is this is okay. So the old timer is bitter. Old timer is bitter. The critic is eccentric. Old timer for this one, and the podcaster for the up one. Okay. I guess it is kind of grumpy, huh? The old timer. Aha! I knew I was onto something. Got the basic detail on this case and all sorted out and met every suspect. Now it's time to really get to work. As there's something, I guess we need to like keep looking for more than. How can we truly know for more though? Hmm. None of these seems important. Okay, I can talk to you about today's event. About the suspect, I met them all and started to establish profile on each. There's someone on at the heart of this, and I found out who. Yes, congratulations, detective. I had the utmost faith of your in your sleuthing skills, so please continue to work diligently. It's getting late, don't you think? Injustice doesn't sleep, I'm afraid. It takes time to shine the light on truth. Fine, do what you must. Take as much time as you need, but remember the very fate of this museum hinges on your ability to resolve this efficiently. I think you mean effectively, curator. Either way, we should move on to another topic. Okay, we did finish that one. But there's more to find at the crime scene. Hold on, film. Someone at the department can have it developed. Maybe the guide? The guide probably knows a lot of things about, right? Do I need to see a little bit? Ooh. Have more information about the incident. Denying that the glass shattered and the alarm buggering, but that doesn't mean I should know. The detective was shot and failed. If it landed into the displays below, the gemstone would have been right from the ticking unless it was already gone. According to the curator knowledge on the security system, that leaves us with two possibilities. One, the thief opened the case, which locked the museum door and the alarm went off later. Or two, the thieves were registered user with the system and the door wouldn't have been locked until the case was accidentally broken later. The fifth was registered user with this, and the door wouldn't have been locked until the case was accidental. Fortunately, there's no way to know which is true right now. With the guard, we have further insight on my theory. Okay, let's talk to the god then. I look back over the crime scene, which with special attention to the pedestal of the stolen gemstone, and I have a theory I'd like to run by you. I believe that when the displays case was broken, the gemstone was already missing. From everything you know about the security system, would that be possible? Suppose it could be, detective. That'd be quite a twist. The issue I'm having with my theory is how I actually prove it. Without more clearly defined timing, it's impossible to know for sure. But the security system has the interface you could access in our maintenance room, but I can't provide that kind of clearance. That's something you have to get the crew approval for. Since it's private business and all that. I was hoping we wouldn't come to that, but if it's what it takes, I'll give it a shot. Until then, I think I might have a few. Okay. Can I get in? Can I get in? Get into the thing? The guard mentioned it while we were discussing the security system. I believe access could help crack the case if you allowed it. Approachiously, everything that happened tonight took place within the proper space. No one had access to the maintenance tonight. Tonight, sure, but what if all of this was set in motion prior? Or would you say that? As far as I know, and you can prove that Punk came in to drum up trouble and some other opportunist saw fit to seize the chance. So what would I say to that, you ask? I would still say no. I hope you understand that if I find another means of access, I will have to defy your wishes. And if I find something important there, you could be held liable for obstruction. And so be it. Now move along. He's not allowing us to get in there. Yeah, I do want to talk to you. Pretty sure you know how to Oh, it's a back room. I discussed it with the guard and believe it could be incredibly important to solving this case. Would you be able to take me there? The staff only though. Do you already have the creator permission? For the purpose of our conversation now, let's assume yes, I do. Well, come to think of it, it wouldn't matter either way. And why is that? I embarrassingly misplaced my key a week ago, so I can't actually get to the maintenance room. Creator said that they were going to have a replacement made for me soon, but in the meantime, the guard lends me his as needed. Sorry, detective, not much help on the front. Maybe you should borrow the guard key too. That may not be as easy as you think. Why don't we discuss something else instead? Oh, you also have something to say? I understand this is a stretch, but you wouldn't have any idea where it is, would you? You mean the maintenance room for the museum? I can't say I do. However, I may have something that could help you find it. Really, I was mostly just preparing to vent about this investigation roadblock. What do you have? I told you earlier about how the guard bumped into me. It appeared that he dropped the key in the process. You can have them if you think they will assist you. Oh wow, unfortunately I can't use a key on a door I can't find, but I'm sure this will come in handy when I do. You're welcome, detective. Feel free to return them once this is wrapped up. Of course, I have no need for them. Yes, thank you. I have the key. Oh. Oh. I knew there was something else there. The symbol, it looked like a figure with outstretched arm. Have I seen that somewhere before? If I can find it again, that's probably where this key is meant to be used. You know, this is already an absolute mess, but the lack of labeling makes it even worse. Huh. I have no idea where that is. exhibit I seen. Eh. Exhibit I have seen. Probably not you. Maybe any sculpture, anything? Do I actually need to find like a exhibit with this posture? It's gonna be tough to find because I have no idea what it is. Oh, no sense of leaving any stone unturned or scrubbed. In this case, I just gotta reach a point, the rustle and some leaf. Or what's this? Something branch between these branches. Go and I feel like metal. Could it be what I think it is? Yes, it's a casting to match the teeth from earlier. I'll have to update the effort to record now that I have both pieces of the bullet. However, the question remains, where is the weapon to fire it? Oh, is it here? Never really been a fan of water, but if I have suspicion of correction, I need to do what must be done. Point to the father, detective. He goes, nothing. The weapon, a smoking dribbling gun, it was likely fired during the brawl upstairs and dropped soon after. I'll have to look it over to get more information. Okay. That's the gun. That's a pretty good model gun. Is that a safety pin? Oh, that's the using the magnet thing. Magazine. Oh, of course. Thankfully, it's not still loaded. It won't be doing any more harm anytime soon. Although I can't get much more from this. I'm not a weapon expert. What the chances someone here will be able to tell me more? Probably the guard, right? The guard is a former. Guard is a former ops. I think I should go find the cops right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I doing? The weapon. I recovered it from one of the courtyard fountain as well as 2 other pieces of a firearm bullet. I'm not sure what more to make of them though. Well, for starter, the bullets most certainly belong to that gun in case there was ever a question. And while I don't have a clear feel from that first floor, I'm firmly certain that it was the punk that had their hand on the grid. Wait, did you say you found a gun in one of the fountains? I did, yes. If my current operation theory that the old timer got some sort of advantage against the punk and forced it from his grip. Makes sense to me, but isn't it a bit far-fetched that old timer would have the wherewithal to drop it so precisely? What if they were both disoriented enough that neither of them could really keep a hold of it? That explained that precarious stanchion in the courtyard too, no? Eh? Precarious stanchion? What's that mean? Eh? Precar... Ah, okay, in the courtyard. Actually, you're right. That does sounds like more likely. Now I have more thing that I need to question you about if you don't mind. Hmm. Am I really supposed to find the painting? Are they railing on the oh, it is here. Railing it broke. So instead of like hmm, am I really supposed to find the thing? Maybe there are some. He entered the museum alone and began touring the area, starting in natural. I feel like this is wrong because of the Isn't we have the this one belong to the victim prior to his demise? Yeah, with a receipt that's saying that like 2 people. So wouldn't this one actually be an evidence for admission received? Oh, it's this one, not the medication. Fucking hell. As far as I can tell, he did enter alone, but with one extra detail, he paid enough admission for 2. Anyone who assumed this is just an act of kindness, but can we claim that for certain? After he clattered to the ground, she recovered the camera and returned it to the tourist. Thankfully, it was completely intact, which is fucking wrong. She fucking stole the thing. She returned the camera, but not with our case of sticky paws. Yeah, she stole the thing, right? Amidst the struggle, the punk fired the gun, but missed the target all the time with disarms the thing. But that was wrong with the gun, right? No, I guess. Maybe testament for the guard. The guard said, I can confirm now that the gun was fired only as an accidental result of the brawl. Now, when it went off, both men were so disoriented that neither kept a hold of the hold on the weapon or pursued the further things. Hmm. The creator discovered that the guy in the stunt and attempt to thing, but was wrong, right? Hmm. Discover the guide in this stunt as the attempt to rouse her, but isn't that wrong? Because who is it? Be the god? Oh, it is. Consider her condition at the time. There's no way she would have known the god tried to help her. As far as I can tell, it was just an honest mistake, but worth keeping for the role. The last. Following the god calling, the creator came to the exhibit. And successful in doing so, the creator left the god. Left the guy prioritized the museum, but this was wrong for god. Fucking not the god. The creator speech, because the creator said that creator did try to help her, but it said that she tried to save the creator face, so did live to call the authority. Wasn't before successfully rousing the guide from her stunt. Was she intentionally trying to throw me, or was she just trying to maintain the creator reputation? You arrived to the exhibit at the same time as the you wrong with the artist, right? Oh, maybe it's not. Then maybe it's the guide? No. Curator then? Oh, fucking I picked critics. No. Wait. He arrived at the exhibit at the same time as the podcaster, who upon questioning doesn't seem to know about what is happening. Maybe the podcaster? I could give him the benefit of the doubt, but by the podcast account, it just doesn't line up. I can't think of an obvious reason he would lie, but it would be the best if I asked him directly. However, when a gunshot was heard, he stormed off into and through the courtyard toward the shocking ground. The guard didn't move straight through the courtyard. He bumped into the others on the way. While date seems minor, the most minor detail could turn an entire case upside down. Hmm. Specifically, they paid by the victim earlier tonight. He was charged for 2 entrances. Was he accompanied by anyone? No, he wasn't. That's when I started to suspect he was up to no good, and I was correct, of course. And why would he have paid for 2? I hope this wasn't malicious on your part. It was no mistake when I told him there was a charge for admittance. He said that he would pay for himself and whoever comes in next, that's all. Just to clarify, I didn't know there was a cost to enter, but he was willing to pay for 2. I didn't think much of it. Detective, it seems to surprise him, but perhaps he didn't want that to happen to someone else. Did it betray my initial impression of his character? Sure, but he confirmed them soon after with all this mess he's caused. It does seem that way, but we could never be so sure. By chance, do you remember who came in next? That nervous one with the backpack. I tried to explain the situation to him, but with all that stammering, I don't think he heard any of that. Why don't we move on for now? Okay. So it is not free, but the student, because he was so anxious for a date, he thought that it is free, but it's not free. Do you recall having encountered him earlier, perhaps in the courtyard? That's a tough one. A tourist was there, a podcaster, or you know what? Otherwise, the courtyard. Come to think of it, when I was barreling through to get to the brawl upstairs, I nearly tripped over my own 2 paws. Also, I thought, but now that you mentioned it, yeah, it must have been him, and I was stumbling over. Such a silly thing for me to forget, ain't it? So sorry, detective. I guess my memory was a bit hazy after the whole debacle get out of control. Apology accepted and understandable. As you know, that's not terribly uncommon. Why don't we discuss something else for later? For now, then. About the pocket, you saw her in the natural history exhibit, and did you suspect that she could have stolen it then? Actually, I did, yes, but she was quick to explain herself, and it was all made sense to me. She told me she had come from the courtyard just a moment prior in response to the sound of breaking glass and the loud thud. That would have been the gemstone being stolen and the victim falling from above. Considering the timeline, that wasn't much she could have gotten up to. I hate to break it to you, but she did have a few moments before you arrived. Not enough to steal the jewel, of course, but she did stole the victim's belonging. Oh no, you don't say. Oh man, I knew I should have been more strict with her. I was just so concerned with calling out the police and getting things under control. Your motive was understandable. Things could have been avoided with a bit more diligence. Yeah, sounds familiar, detective. Sorry about that. I'm thankful you're setting things right. I'm working on it. At least, let's run through a few more questions, shall we? I don't have any more questions for you, though. Oh. A student, he entered the museum, pay admission. He eventually found his way into natural... Oh, then you was wrong then, because curator said you didn't pay. Maybe not. Maybe it's the... He entered the museum, pay admission. Eventually found his way into the natural exhibit. And maybe it's the admission received. Okay. Could it be that the student just stumbled onto a bigger luck? But why lie about that? Maybe through all the excitement he misremember. It could be that easy, right? Let's find the is it this way? I think it is this way. That's the artist. This way. For the student. My god. Ugh. What about it? There's no fee or anything, right? No, in that case, someone had come in before you and paid in advance, actually. Oh, call it luck, right? That kind of thing that never happened to me. But you weren't you aware of who paid it? Nope. Didn't think anything of it. Just went on my way, waiting for the date, like I said before. Well, it turns out the generous patron was caught in this chaotic situation and unfortunately cost him their life. What? Detective? I lied, okay? I lied to you. I didn't come here for a date, and I do know who paid my admission. Bunk, he was my friend, my best friend. So please, could you tell me what happened? He and another visitor got into an argument. Ultimately, he fell from the balcony in the natural history exhibit. It seems to have been fatal. Okay. Detective, you can ask a couple more questions if you really want to, but after that, I'd like to feel a minute on myself. Because by saying perhaps, but I'm sorry for your loss. I don't get to ask more question though. Too much question. I think I'm gonna play the ad right now, and I'm gonna come back and then ask her about more questions. So yeah, I'm gonna play the ad right now. I think I'm only gonna play it until I finish the second chapter on the book. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit longer today. But yeah, I'm gonna play the ad right now. I'll see you guys in just a bit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, the ads is finished. Welcome back, everyone. Let's question this guide, huh? What you have to say about you, huh? I don't believe you are aware in the moment, but I figure I should have told you. He did try to help while you were in the stunned state. Unfortunately, he didn't know how to help, but he called for the curator to come take care of you. He wished he could have done more, he said. Oh, the guard has always been the nicest. If you get a chance, tell him I appreciate it. It bring him an extra croissant tomorrow. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. I've got some more detail to go over if you wouldn't mind. According to your testimony, they helped you up to a pain and they prioritized calling the police. Unfortunately, that they didn't corroborate that. Are you giving me the chance to revise my statement, detective? Okay, yeah, the creator would have never prioritized the museum over us. At least not as far as I've ever known. It did help me recover more than I let on before, and it was my idea to call the authority. The creator theorized that you were attempting to protect their reputation. Is that the case? I suppose it's what? I know they come across as a bit tricky, detective, but they do mean well. And they do whatever it takes to support us. I just wish there was a way that we can do the same for them. That doesn't seem to be that does seems to be of a trend, but that's other topic we should also go to. I think, detective. Hmm. What is what is this? What is the I still don't know where I'm supposed to use the key though. It reminds me of an exhibit I've seen, but where? I have no idea what it is. Maybe on the second floor? It seems like it. Hmm. Yeah, doesn't seems like any of these. Didn't put the thing as well. Something look on as there's something accidentally which took the something like this what thing then in. Oh, that's the gun. When it belows and then drop below. Nah, it's not. And after the something the something from the thing and into a stay something that also included the anxious student. Here someone stole gemstone. As they bought the created the old timer fucking way causing the I don't think I know anything yet. Adequate. Am I supposed to know where it is? In this current form, however, the film isn't as much help. I have someone at the department. Oh, do I need to go out? That means I need to go out and have the police help me? Is that what he meant? Hmm. Oh, yeah, it is. I found a reel of camera film that might be important to the case. There's an equipment at the station to develop it. Can you send someone to come pick this up for me? Sorry about the wait, detective. I came here fast as I could. I think you arrived in record time. So no need to apologize at all. With the film, do you know how long it would take to develop? Not sure. Somebody in the lab will take care of it. You know how they say, how they are, huh? Don't worry. After a while, we should have a photograph. I won't really have any way to let you know when it's done. But you can always, uh, but you can always call. Ain't no issue there. Well, I've got no shortage of thread to put on, so I put this in the bottom of the list for now. Hmm. Seems the thieves took destruction measure to steal the jewel, or did they? Murder guest. I broke the news that his friend the punk has fallen from the balcony of the natural history exhibit. Considering everything, it's likely the gun was fired during the struggle and dropped into the fountain below. I've taken the old-timer initial statement, which included the argumenta, and altercations he had with the victim. Pressing the student further on their association with the victim proved my suspicion. They may not have arrived together, but they did intend to be here together. These wrap up a few errand thread, but there's still detail missing, particularly with the victim's victim. What? Cillian? Cillian? What the fuck was that? Science. Okay. Basically, just like why would he have a gun and fucking fight that fucking? As far as I could gather, the victim brought the gun and brandishes in during an argument with the old timer, and that the K is entirely innocent. So why hide the truth? Hmm. They weren't the most forthcoming, so I should assume that plenty of detail. This one we already got that. Can I just like ring them to get the photo back? I guess not then. Where could I have go? I have no idea what the key could have been used to. How does that the god had dropped the thing? That's not important for now. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing a lot of things. Ooh, the Mona Hosa. The Marilisa. Marilisa. Uh, possibly on that way? Nah, I don't think it's that way. Oh, you. Like the symbol on the later key I found. This could become quite compelling revelation, but it could also make this case exceptionally more complicated. But I should sort out some seemingly smaller thread before opening this proverbian can of catnip. Okay, so I guess I'm not doing that first. I guess I'm trying to go down to the outside and see if I could get the photo, because I think I already like accumulate a bunch of things. I just need the photo right now. What a thread tie up. As they fought, gun to a thing, causing the gun to be shot. Yeah, if this is the gun, causing the gun to be shot, then should be the old timer. The punk into something, into a balcony, causing the gun to be shot. Ripped, stab, stole, shot, purchase, hit. None of this is right. Yeah, it's so wrong. Something looked on as the something accidentally something his thing, which took the thing when it. I think this is the podcaster run. It is talking about the podcaster when podcaster look on as the alarm, as the accidentally, which took a photo, which it is it though. Are there film? I think this might be the thing. Not stole. It should be the podcaster stealing the thing. So let me check. A brief moment later, the gun come down to the courtyard. Just as you know, he was fighting over the gun. It was a fire. An alteration broke out on the cabin, but no, the Taurus had it off to the camera to the order to call out and quell the brawler. He was in the courtyard with the podcaster discussing. The podcast is here. The fighting. The Taurus handed his camera to her when he began calling out to arguing patron at the balcony above, hoping to stop their fighting. The fighting continued, however, and when an alarm sounded, the startling noise causes okay, they dropped the camera. After the cradling to the ground, she recovered the camera and returned to the Taurus. So the podcast. What is the look on? There's something look on as the. So I think that should be the Taurus look on. And then drop his camera, which took a photo, which took a photograph when he dropped the draw. Something is wrong. Taurus look on. I think this gotta be Taurus, right? You can just check like this. Yeah. So it's gotta be the Taurus. That one was the thing. I'm pretty sure that this was dropped, but I fell the floor when it hit the floor. I think it's just this one and this one. So when it tripped the floor, not hit the floor. Which took the photograph when it she rushed it, turn it to the thing, rush to the natural. Only because it was ejected by the X during the accident and stolen by the podcaster. After too many conflicting details around the camera incident, Torres submitted I submitted the film to evidence despite the process. Quick way to generate. We took a photo and it did not drop on the floors. Not drop on the floor. When it the Taurus look on as the podcaster as the podcaster accidentally dropped his camera, which took a photograph. When it's gotta be hitting the floors. Yeah, it is hitting the floors. So it's just a verb. It's just a verb. And I have no idea what the verb is. If it's not the fucking if it not drop the floor, then what it is? Maybe I don't have the word right now. Yeah, maybe I don't have the word for this right now. By this time, the something had something into the thing, but the was already so he in the I have no idea what it's supposed to be. As they fought, the old timer argued the punk into a balcony. Ah, it should be the when he got fucking slammed on the gallery thing. Yeah, but they did like struggle. Continue scruffle, but missed his intended target before dropping the weapon as a result. Physical alteration broke out, leading them to understand. I mean, it's setting or continue the thing. It would be so stupid if it's like that. If it's like the punk slam the old timer to a gallery, to another gallery, not the to a awkward, causing the gun to be shot. Seems not. Still three and more things. When it shot, it failed. It dropped the gun below. It shot the statue. Statue like this? No, it's still wrong. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. Did have the as they fought, the punk argued the old timer into maybe it destroyed the statue. Not shot the statue. As they no, it's not argue because they are already fighting. It's not argue. Eventually the punk fell from the net. It's something the fucking causing the alarm? Causing the alarm to drop the door. Ran it. As they But then as they what? As they what? At this time the something had soon after the something the something the something from the thing and into a soon after the something the something do something the something from the thing and into a when it I think it might be alarm. The alarm default was into a causing the alarm to be. I have no idea. I'm so stumped. I'm actually really stumped right now. I need to gather more things as well. I just need to find someone to talk to. Oh, you got nothing to talk to me. You too as well. Oh, maybe I go back to this part now. Wait, there is something that I could... Oh yeah, there is. Check something on this crime scene now. From what I have gathered here, it seems the victim stumbled toward the edge, leaving a trail of blood. The victim would have continued onward, breaking the latch on the stanchions as it was dragged along the descent. That's all there is to find here for now, at least. That's it? Also, I have like one problem. And the blood was supposed to be the old timer because he slammed the old timer on the fucking things. So then why would the old timer have like, but then why would the old timer be, the blood would be on the exhibit? That doesn't make sense. You mentioned that you had a pretty clear feel as much as you could from the lower level. Could you tell me more about how that went? But I'll tell you now, I don't know why they were fighting. Whatever it was must have been mighty serious though. He came out onto the balcony swinging. I didn't think he would have had it in him, but that old timer would not let up. I get where he was coming from, of course, as the punk had the gun and all, and he probably was thinking there wasn't any room to let up. He must have got a step ahead, struck him one, and got a good move in, landed the punk with his back flat against the wall. Wait, he must have got the step ahead, struck him one, and got a good shove in, landed the punk with his back flat against the wall? Considering they both got hands on the gun and it went off shortly after, it wasn't sight I would something forget. Rightio, don't hold back. Funny coincidence, right? Considering I've got your camera in evidence and all, you know, the one that you unsure me you don't have any film in it. And surely the film wouldn't fit in. Oh wow, wouldn't you look at that, it fit just right. It's a silly consequence. If I have to spell it out any further, I might have ground to charge for contempt. Is that what you're going for? Alright, you got me. Not only did I have film in my camera, I might have taken a few photos. I don't think it would have been that important. I was just trying to save my hide if what got back to the creator. You understand, right? Obscuring the truth for personal gain, I can't say I do, although it's not the first time I have witnessed it. I mean, all's well that ends well, at least. If his health solves the case, I'm relieved you'll find out. It could turn out to be incredibly important, yes. Let's move on to more important questions, shall we? So it was wrong that the old timer said that you slammed the fucking, or the punk slammed you on the wall. It was you slamming the fucking shit on the wall. For having such pride, it's hard to believe he would willingly make himself seem weak. I wonder what he has to say about this. He's like, what? Like, I was so confused. Like, you guys could literally hear how I'm confused about why the old timer will have the blood and then walk all the way there. I literally thought that the old timer fucking shoved that guy off the balcony and caused him to death, man. I thought that was gonna be it. But it's not. Okay. The witness said this all go down a bit differently than you described. Would you like to revise your statement? I don't know what you're talking about. I've got nothing to hide and there's no reason to lie to the most pathetic authority here. Pathetic, huh? At least I would admit to having taken a hit, especially in a fight where I was the only person to walk away. If you're trying to say something, out with it. You falsify your testimony. The punk didn't slam you into the wall. You shove him in an attempt to disarm and disorient him. In that moment, the only thing you did was widen the gap and he was able to get a stronger grip on his gun. Fine. Yes, I got too aggressive, but I didn't back down. I kept up the pursuit at it, and because if I didn't, he would have shot me. You know that's the truth, detective, so don't fault a washed-out pup for defending himself, even if he does have a tendency to embellish. Just as for no need for embellishment. I've made note of this. There's other detail I'd like to go over with you. Oh shit, there's more? You describe in your testimony that you disarmed him after he fired it, so why did I find it in one of the courtyard fountain? Perhaps you had a reason to dispose of the evidence. You want me to come clean, detective? I'll come clean. I told you he didn't know what he was doing, and neither did I. We were fighting over it, and it was fired accidentally. The sound, the kickback, and surprise of it all. It disoriented us both. He hobbled off backward, like I told you, but I was a bit winded as well. That's when the critic found me. I was in a rougher shape than I have let on before, detective. Everything was true. But for what it's worth, I'm glad you could walk away, that you're safe. However, if you ever provide a witness testimony again, please consider presenting only the truth. Luckily for you, it's about time that I called the officer back about some important evidence. Although, I should check something. There's nothing else to address before I go. Okay. I can't get the photos now, I think. Oh my god. And I think I go here. Then here. Now it seems like I could get the photos now. Can I? No. Okay, we're solving this then. So I think this is still the old timer. So as they thought, I still have to know about this one, dude. I struck the floors. Okay, just struck the floors. Okay. So it should be the old timer. As they fought, the old timer slammed the punk into a, causing the gun to be fired. Kinda like that. The old timer. The old timer slammed the old timer shove the punk into a wall, causing the gun to fire. Uh, yeah, I need to get the thing as well. Causing the gun to be shot. He was wrong. As they fought, the old timer. Is it fought though? Like, is this one is fought? Yes, it is. Okay. It's not shot. It is still shot, causing the gun to be shot. So it's one of these things then. Maybe it's not shoved. He struck. Punk. No, it is shoved. Maybe it's not a wall. I mean, if it's not a wall, then what? Is it artwork? Yeah, it is a wall. It's 100% a wall. That is still too wrong. The old timer shoved the punk into a wall, causing the gun to be shot. Is that not gun? If it's not gun, then not then what? It is not gun. Then what shot? If it's not a gun, then what thing have been shot? What? Huh. This one was wrong. This one was wrong. This one was wrong. So it's not the gun to be shot? Oh, that's that too. Fucking hell. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. It is to be shot, which means it gets shot. Why the fuck would I say? Why the fuck would I think it's the gun? Into a wall. When it fired? No, it's not fired. When it shot, it dropped the thing below. It dropped the gun below, and then I don't understand this one. I don't understand this part. I don't really quite understand this part. When it's causing the statue to be shot. When it shot, it causes... Drop the thing below and then... And after... Huh. When it shot, it dropped the gun below and then... Soon after the something... Someone do something, the... When it shot, it dropped... As they fought, the old-timer shoved the punk into a wall, causing the statue to be shot. When it... When it what? I don't understand. I don't understand this part. When it what? I'm kind of stumped on this. I really don't understand this part. When it what? What could it possibly be? I'm not sure about this one, not gonna lie. It's not shot. Doesn't make any sense. None of it make any sense. This one was tough. I don't understand this one at all. When it something, it dropped the thing below. That seems right. Hmm. He fired a gun, the Aussie saw onto himself and the old timer before dropping it into the fountain below. And the punk, he proceeded the critic shuffle the old timer back to the fine art gallery where he tended to his minor injury. I mean, he said it failed. A battle to what? Find the old timer cost of the cost. Accident fire and drop it. And they drop it. Luckily, no one was hurt. Disoriented, punk backpedaled toward the balcony. To the natural history exhibit. So it's the gun that dropped and then hit the statue glass. I'm having trouble to like formulate the actual scene. I thought that they fight and then they fire the gun but somehow hit the statue, so it should be inside the balcony of cause it is causing the statue to be shot. So the gunshot was. Oh yeah, but it can't. Oh, so okay, I understand now. The gun was in the fountain because they didn't drop the gun. It's the old timer that hide the gun. Okay. So, so it should be when it failed. Yeah, it should be calling the gun, right? So when it failed, it dropped. No, it's dropped. No, it's not dropped. It struck the glass cases below, and then what? Alarm. Should be alarm because the glass cases, right? Glass cases broke, so it's the alarm. There any verb I could? There any verb that is like tripped? I think it's tripped solely because I play Minecraft and I guess tripwire. So you activate the tripwire, so I guess you could also use the trip to be alarm. Oh no. It's not struck then? I feel like this three is right. The fail is also right. Maybe the fail would be dropped. Not. Yeah. Sorry. For the sneeze. Oh, destroy. Oh my god, I missed the word. Destroy the glass case below. It is. And then soon after, the soon after. Soon after what? I feel like the most logical, like, I don't know, it seems like the grammatically correct would be like, drop the gun from somewhere into a fountain. This seems like a fountain place. But like, wait, I thought the old timer hide the fucking gun. It's like, it didn't the cops, not the cops, the guard also say that they are fighting together? And then it's basically impossible to like perfectly land it on the fountain? Oh, I can't reread. I can't read the thing again. Wait, so the gun do drop into the fountain, but then how the fuck did it shot the glass cases on down there? And you guys fighting on top? I don't understand. Like, you guys were fighting here. It broke the glass cases in here. So you guys fight here, and then you drop the gun, and then somehow the gun shot here from here. But then you also drop the gun. You also drop the gun from this balcony into the fountain below. So you drop the gun here. But then how the fuck did the gun fire it and then hit the fucking the natural history exhibition? How the fuck did it happen? That does not make sense at all. Am I missing something? It does not make sense at all. So I think it's the punk that dropped the gun, right? The punk has the gun. Punk drop the gun to the fountain. Balcony. What the fuck? I don't get it. How? How? It does not make sense at all. What the fuck? I don't get this part. I do not get this part at all. I mean, like, you guys fight here. The gun dropped from this balcony to down there. Then how the fuck did the gun... The gun even shot before. Like, it says soon after though, so... But then it destroyed the glass cases? When it failed? Causing the statue to be shot? Yeah, causing the statue to be shot. You hitting to the wall? Then accidentally fires? But somehow you fire the gun from here to the other side and somehow shot the fucking thing? What the fuck? I think this one. It could be the student. It's like there's a mouse, right? It seems like the mouse is going to somewhere. And didn't the student said that he went to somewhere? It's a mouse. Yeah, the student, right? And then when it sounded like he decided to move quickly toward the foyer and leave. During the time he heard a gunshot. And then what alarm was triggered, locking the door before he can escape. Corner fearful and sense a greater possibility threat. Retreated into the sculpture gallery. And in the sculpture gallery, the student attempted to hide as he heard terrible sound of scattering glass. So this should be the student retreated. So it's not the sculpture exhibit first. He went to the foyer first. Okay. Went to the foyer first. But the door was already dropped. So he retreated. Do I not have... He retreated? No, so... Oh, no, he's not retreated. He's hiding inside the... sculpture exhibit. Huh. Oh shit, I said the floor. Not the floor, the door. Not the floor, the door. Oh, it's Ron as well. Drop? Maybe it's not drop. I'm thinking like some like cinematic thing and then like some iron bar dropping down, but I guess it's not. Are there any work I can use? Lock. Maybe it's lock. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, I don't understand the other part though. I genuinely do not understand the other part. Yeah, I genuinely do not understand the other part. It seems... Aha, I knew I was onto something. This case is continuing to clear up, but it feels like there's always another thread to pull, and there's no use calling it a wrap before I know for certain what's happening. So yeah, I did say that I just only wanted to do the second one, so I think I'm gonna end it right here. But yeah. Oh, 4-hour stream. Such a long stream today. But yeah. Either way. That's it for today. I'm gonna be coming back. Just have you guys make sure to follow the channel. You guys are watching on the YouTube. Make sure to follow the channel. And soon after there will be a part 2 on the on this game as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And thank you YouTube chatter for joining watching the video as well. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.